So I would imagine Paddy might be, it's going to be close, I think, in the odds. I don't want to say what the odds would be because that's really not my forte in any kind of way. But I would imagine that the odds are probably going to be kind of close. I would think that that's a good chance for Paddy to win, but with real risks about his defensive striking along the way. Yeah. And really, obviously, as we all could understand, a last hurrah, certainly, for Justin Gaethje.
He's undefeated in the UFC, yet one expert blasts his path to the top, questioning how it's even possible for him to earn an interim title shot. Wade Clemens didn't hold back, pointing out Paddy's wins over an aging Tony Ferguson and Michael Chandler, asking how this qualifies him for a championship opportunity. The silence was deafening. This isn't just a fight, it's a crucible where Pimblett's entire career legitimacy hangs in the balance. A brutal test against a certified legend. Is this a shrewd setup or a career-ending mismatch for the rising star? The controversy sparked widespread debate, questioning the very fabric of the UFC's ranking system.
Justin Gaethje not gonna drink, party, gonna train, dedicate himself, be focused. It's his last chance in this life. He's fighting he was fighting for the title maybe 5 times. So this is his chance, and the end of his career, win the interim title, fight for the real title, and then retire. That's the best for him. And I'm gonna, Justin, if you need the help, let me know. I'll fly to you and help you.
Beyond the controversy, Paddy's baddie persona is a clever trick. Experts reveal that while they see him dancing, hair flopping, and seemingly acting silly like he's in the Beatles, beneath that disarming exterior lies a dangerous fighter who consistently dominates in the cage. This duality, charming showman versus savage fighter, makes him an enigma, a potential next Conor McGregor, but with a chaotic, unpredictable edge that keeps everyone guessing about his true ceiling. He's not just selling tickets, he's selling a genuine threat wrapped in a smile. Meanwhile, Justin Gaethje, at 37, is supposedly past his prime. Yet James Lynch argues against this, asserting that Gaethje's impressive wins over elite opponents prove he still hangs with the best in the division. The loss to Max Holloway, while brutal, didn't change Lynch's opinion, citing an early nose break that skewed the perception. According to some, Gaethje remains sharp, dangerous, and a legitimate contender, defying the age clock and any whispers of decline. This fight isn't just a challenge for Paddy, it's a test of Gaethje's enduring elite status.
And I'm sure he will take it very seriously and he will come in shape. I know he's a little older, obviously 37 years old, but stylistically, how do you see the fight going?
I mean, Justin, sometimes he fights so good, sometimes so bad. Hopefully, he's gonna overstrike him on the feet, with his boxing and kicks. And then Paddy gonna try to wrestle him, and he's gonna defend his wrestling and win by decision. We win by decision, Gaethje.
Mm-hmm.
The stakes for Gaethje are deeply personal, as Arman Tsarukyan reveals in a shocking offer. It's Gaethje's last chance to claim a title, and Tsarukyan emotionally states, "If you need help, let me know. I'll fly out to you and help you." This isn't just a polite gesture. It's an urgent plea, a dramatic pledge of allegiance, underscoring the immense pressure on Gaethje to seize a true title shot and retire on top. Such an unheard-of level of support highlights just how much is riding on this fight for the veteran with momentum to win.
Like I said, I'll do a full breakdown on this later, but I'm leaning Gaethje here. I don't think he's done. I don't think his chin's gone. I know Gaethje's been submitted before. Typically, that's how Paddy wins a lot of his fights. He's got 11 wins by submission. But if you look at it there, Gaethje's not a guy, like the last guy to choke him out was Khabib, and Khabib, in my opinion, is one of the best ever. So I'm not worried about Gaethje's ground game in this fight. Like I said, he's got an iron chin, and Gaethje hits like a truck. And the thing is, unlike Michael Chandler, Gaethje can go toe-to-toe with Paddy and probably have some success as far as the striking goes. So I could see Gaethje either knocking Paddy out or at least winning if he keeps this fight on the feet. But I do like Gaethje in this spot. It's 5 rounds. I think that also favors Gaethje a little bit. I'm not too worried about the age. Like, again, I didn't think he looked like he was on the decline against Fiziev. So at this very moment, I am leaning towards Justin Gaethje in this fight to get it done, whether it's by knockout or maybe a decision in this one.
Then, Thomas said Gaethje's career is riddled with inconsistency, a factor that makes this matchup even more unpredictable. Sometimes he fights brilliantly, sometimes not so much. One expert confessed, reflecting the high-wire act of Gaethje's style. Will we see the precise striker who dismantled Michael Johnson or the brawler who takes too much damage? This mercurial nature adds a layer of tension, leaving fans and analysts alike wondering which version of the highlight will step into the octagon against the rising star, creating a truly wild scenario.
And the last big win that Justin Gaethje had was in 2023 over Dustin Poirier. You had the loss to Max Holloway. You had the 2 wins versus Fiziev. You have the loss to Oliveira. So really, your big wins are Fiziev, Poirier, and Chandler. A guy that's retired, Chandler who's no longer at top of the division, and Fiziev that's kind of holding water at like the mid part of the rankings. And again, you want to talk about activity. Gaethje has 1 fight in 2025, 1 fight in 2024. It's not like he has been super active. And probably the guy that doesn't deserve it more is Paddy, I have to say. It's probably Paddy. Gaethje has the better wins, but he's older. Paddy is undefeated in the UFC.
The clash of styles couldn't be more contrasting. Paddy's renowned craftiness versus Gaethje's relentless violence. Dan Thomas warns that no matter how crafty Paddy gets, Gaethje's downhill momentum, pure violence, will eventually catch up to him. You can try to be as crafty as you possibly can, but eventually he's gonna catch up to you, and you've got to stand and fight him. This isn't just a theory. It's a terrifying projection of Gaethje's ability to break opponents with sheer, unyielding pressure, forcing them into his world.
Gaethje for sure.
Yeah?
I think absolutely. I mean, just Gaethje he's still a banger, man, and it's somewhat like Paddy's crafty. Paddy's really crafty, and he's shown that he can withstand certain things and he can hang around with certain guys. But I just think when Justin Gaethje gets rolling downhill and the amount of violence, and he's able to catch up to people, like you can try to be crafty as you possibly can with Justin Gaethje, but eventually he's gonna catch up to you, and you got to stand up and fight him. Max Holloway was able to do that. Like Max Holloway was, he was obviously doing very well, but then when he sat down on his punches, I mean, we saw what happened. So I'm not sure that Paddy Pimblett has the ability to do that, and I'm pretty sure Paddy Pimblett can't take Gaethje down. So I'm leaning towards Gaethje, in fact, pretty heavily actually.
Thomas offers a deeper dive, framing the fight as a classic striker versus grappler showdown. He notes Paddy's tendency to leave his chin high, a dangerous flaw against Gaethje's precise and devastating power. Thomas emphasizes that Gaethje only needs 1 clean shot to put Paddy in serious trouble, potentially changing the fight's trajectory instantly. It's a terrifying vulnerability for Paddy, a glaring weakness that Gaethje's explosive striking could exploit with brutal efficiency, making every exchange a heart-stopping moment for fans.
Yeah, I haven't thought about it too much, but over 5 rounds, it is an interesting fight. I mean, we'll see if Paddy can get Gaethje, or he can get on top of him. We saw how violent he was against Michael Chandler, so that would be interesting. But yeah, the task is getting Justin to his back first, because he's not easy to take down either.
No, and we've seen him. He's moving. Justin Gaethje's moving better, but when he wants to really sit down and be violent, he can. And I think that's going to present problems for Paddy. It's going to force Paddy to make some mistakes, and I'm not sure he's going to be able to take the amount of punishment that Justin Gaethje's able to dish out.
Yet Paddy possesses a skill that Gaethje major problems, taking the back. Luke Thomas identifies this as Paddy's path to victory, If Pimblett can secure a body lock or control an elbow, he can transition to Gaethje's back, where Justin has proven to be vulnerable. Once there, Paddy, a recognized back specialist, is incredibly difficult to remove, creating a nightmare scenario for Gaethje, and a prime opportunity for Pimblett to capitalize on his grappling prowess against a renowned striker.
I think that exactly goes. Gaethje on the feet and Paddy on the ground. So let's talk about the fight itself. It's a great question. There's just no doubt in my mind, a bit of a striker versus grappler. Paddy can strike for sure, but he leaves his chin in the air. It's a real tough test for Paddy, but the problem is, we all know Gaethje has just, of course, he's got good defensive wrestling, but as you saw with Khabib, if you just force him to his hands, or there's different ways for him to get to his back, once you do that, it's a problem. He seems like a fish out of water at this point. So Paddy, who is a back specialist, both in obtaining it and then maintaining position, that's very advantageous. At the same time, he's got a little bit of that going on, and I think a guy like Gaethje can still send his chin into orbit. So very much a striker versus grappler, but it just feels like Paddy is big for the weight class, and all he really has to do is clinch and then get behind the elbows, and then that's what he can do. All he has to do is level.
Paddy's physique also plays a critical role, as he's big for the weight class. This size advantage could be key in clinching and transitioning to takedowns, giving him an edge in close quarters. Luke Thomas suggests Paddy's best chance might involve leveraging this physical strength to force the fight into a grappling exchange, nullifying Gaethje's striking. It's a strategic choice that could dictate the entire pace of the contest, turning a stand-up war into a gritty, grinding ground battle, where Paddy's size could make all the difference.
Not get it, and then just sort of come up and get behind one of the elbows, you're in on the body lock, and now it's a problem, because then he can just force him. He can either Soto hook, trip him out, force him to his hands. So I would imagine Paddy might be, it's going to be close, I think, in the odds. I don't want to say what the odds would be, because that's really not my forte in any kind of way, but I would imagine that the odds are probably going to be kind of close. I would think that that's a good chance for Paddy to win, but with real risks about his defensive striking along the way. Yeah. And really, obviously, as we all could understand, a last hurrah, certainly, for Justin Gaethje.
For Paul Felder, this fight is the ultimate litmus test for Paddy's career. If he beats Justin Gaethje, you can't say shit about this kid anymore, Felder declared, underscoring the monumental stakes. This isn't just another win. It's a chance to silence every critic and prove he belongs at the top of the lightweight division. It's the moment that decides Paddy's future, a brutal proving ground against a fighter known for exposing anyone who isn't truly ready for elite competition.
Paddy Pimblett is who he is and is going to draw crazy eyeballs. And anytime you stick Justin Gaethje in a goddamn octagon, you're going to get craziness. You're going to get an unbelievable fight. It makes sense to me. It really does. I do feel for poor Arman Tsarukyan, who's so fucking good and probably really the truest test for Ilia Topuria and the whole division. Not that Gaethje, not that Paddy can't pull it off. I still think has a ceiling that we really haven't seen fully touched yet. I think he's got a lot of room to show us. If he beats Justin Gaethje, you can't say shit about this kid anymore. You know what I mean?
Well,
like, he's got an opportunity to really show, even though Gaethje's been around a long time, he's one of the most violent, dangerous guys in the whole lightweight division. And if he beats him...
Adding a surprising twist, Sean O'Malley, the reigning champion, is leaning toward Paddy for the win. O'Malley points out that Gaethje occasionally gets caught with left hooks, a subtle but critical vulnerability, while acknowledging Gaethje's incredible power. In his recent head kick KO of Dustin Poirier, O'Malley believes Paddy's diverse skill set and Scoutser resilience give him unique opportunities. It's a bold prediction from a peer, suggesting that Paddy's creativity might just be the X factor needed to upset the powerful veteran.
I don't know, dude. I'm kind of leaning towards Paddy. But the way he does get hit with left hooks, he looks so good against Michael Chandler. Paddy's got a lot of ways to win.
He's a scouser.
He's a scouser. Scousers don't get knocked out, you mushroom.
He KO'd he KO'd Dustin with a head kick too, the fight before,
yeah.
the Max Holloway one, which is pretty impressive.
The 5-round format is a significant factor, with many experts believing it heavily favors Gaethje. His experience in championship rounds, coupled with his relentless pace and power, gives him an advantage as the fight progresses. Paddy, while active, hasn't consistently proven himself over the full 25 minutes against an elite opponent. This extended duration offers Gaethje more opportunities to land fight-ending blows and wear down his opponent, testing Paddy's conditioning and mental fortitude like never before. Paddy's path to a takedown looks incredibly challenging, with most experts doubting his ability to ground Gaethje. Justin's improved movement and violent defensive exchanges make him a nightmare to control on the mat. This reality will likely force Paddy into more striking exchanges than he might prefer, playing directly into Gaethje's strengths. The struggle to secure takedowns could prove to be Paddy's undoing, forcing him to endure punishment he might not be equipped to handle against a fighter like Gaethje. Wade Clemens' scathing critique of Paddy's resume is impossible to ignore. He meticulously listed Paddy's major wins, Jordan Leavitt, an aging Tony Ferguson, Bobby Green, and Michael Chandler, then brutally questioned, how does that offer you a #1 contenders fight without fighting someone in the top 5? This moment directly challenges the UFC's matchmaking and the legitimacy of Pimblett's rapid ascent, fueling the controversy surrounding this high-stakes bout. For Justin Gaethje, this fight feels like a definitive last hurrah. Luke Thomas echoed this sentiment, suggesting it represents Gaethje's final grand attempt at capturing the undisputed title. After multiple title shots in a career filled with legendary wars, this is his chance to prove he still has one more elite run in him before considering retirement. The emotional weight attached to this narrative adds immense pressure and motivation for Gaethje, making him an even more dangerous and determined opponent. Gaethje's recent activity and the quality of his wins have also come under scrutiny. Wade Clemens pointed out Justin's inconsistent schedule, with only one fight in 2023 and one in 2024, questioning his level of activity. Furthermore, Clemens downplayed the significance of Gaethje's big wins over Dustin Poirier, Rafael dos Anjos, and Michael Chandler, stating they are either retired or mid-tier in the rankings. This casts doubt on Gaethje's current form and true standing in the division. This fight is set to be a chaotic, unpredictable spectacle, one where anything can happen. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Who's going to come out on top in this monumental showdown? Will Paddy Pimblett's crafty style and youthful energy be enough to overcome Justin Gaethje's raw power and experience? Or will the veteran prove that he's still the king of the lightweight division? We want to hear from you. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Who's got the edge and why? Don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, share it with your fellow fight fans, and subscribe for more in-depth breakdowns and analysis. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time as we continue to break down the biggest fights in the UFC. Until then, keep the conversation going and stay ready for the next round.